Yeah, you right. It is indeed New Orleans, Louisiana. Corey Johnson back at you. Thanks so much for joining us. A Fantasy Friday edition of the program. It was always an overcast, cloudy day today, but yeah, just in the last few minutes, the skies, they done opened up. Lots of rain in the metro area. Like torrential rainfall. Like, be careful. If there's a way you can avoid driving around the metro, do it. Do it. Stay home, stay put. Maybe you got out of work early. Feel fortunate. You really don't want to be on the highways and byways of Metro New Orleans right now, because some of the rain's coming down pretty damn hard. Like, if it were sustained over like an hour, it'd be like 2 inches. Like heavy downpours, thunder showers, lightning. So be careful in Metro New Orleans right now on a Friday, no less. Do you really want to be? I mean, unless you have to, there's no way. You gotta to get home. I hear you. Got to do something. You got to go there. But do you really want to be like on Vets and Cleary right now? You know, you want to be on Airline at Clearview? I don't know. I don't want to be on Carrollton by Earhart or I-10, right now on a Friday. Don't want to be on the West Bank Expressway necessarily, or heading I-10 to Laplace or I-10 to Slidell. Quit driving in the left lane, by golly. I'm not built for the commute. I live in the city. My commute's like 7 minutes, kind of against the flow of traffic, against the drive time traffic. I tip my hat that I'm not wearing. I'm pretending. I got the old fist by the eyebrow, like I'm tipping my hat, the brow of the hat, to you. No, you commuters, more power to you. No, seriously, you're built differently. You can mentally handle it. I'm mentally weak. I'm going Kenner to Laplace right now, and there's just somebody driving in the left lane the same speed as the traffic in the right lane. The left lane is exclusively for passing. Driving in the left lane's illegal. I didn't make up the law. Wasn't my idea. I'm just telling you the real deal, the real law. You're going from Kenner to Laplace, driving in the left lane's illegal. You pass and you get back over to the right. And there are folks that just stay in the left lane, drive for miles and miles. Causeway Bridge. I mean, how many times have you crossed the causeway where somebody's in the left lane driving and they're staying in the left lane driving? 65 miles an hour, 64 miles an hour, cruise control, foot on the gas, whatever. And they're just driving the 24 miles across the causeway in the left lane, passing no one. I-10 in the east, heading to Slidell. The driving in the left lane, it's diabolical. No, I don't know about you. I'm driving, like passing in the left lane. I'm getting over. If I'm passing in the left lane, I look in my rearview mirror, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, someone is just barreling up on my rear end. That pedal on the floor of my car on the right, I think it's called the accelerator. I push that. I depress it. And I quickly get over to the right and let that bat out of hell that just came flying up my rear end go by. And then guess what? They're gone and it's over with. That's pretty simple. You folks that want to, block people or drive in the left lane, or I'm doing the speed limit. That's the worst argument ever. I'm doing the speed limit. Why are you on my rear end? Get over to the right. People on the right are doing the speed limit as well. Let this person pass. Maybe they're trying to get to a hospital. Maybe they're just a belligerent driver driving fast. Get them out of your life quickly by getting over to the right. I don't know. I never play like this. I don't even know what you'd call it. It's not defensive driving. I guess it's offensive driving, but I drive probably faster than most of the population, most vehicles on the road. I'm going faster than most of them, but I'm not like an offensive driver. I'm not blocking. I mean, maybe that's not the right term, but people that are just belligerent and I'm doing the speed limit, I'm going to stay in the left lane or block, or you pull up on an intersection in the city and they're like in the middle lane or the whatever, the right lane, and the left lane is open and you're in it pulling up to the red light where you would be first at the red light, let's say. And then that person gets over, so they're first, that's fine. They had room to do it. They didn't cut in front of you. But then they go the same speed as the person in the right lane that they were behind, like the exact same speed where no one can pass. About a month ago, I was behind a belligerent duo on Wisner. And I was just trapped. There was nothing I could do about it, from like coming over the I-10, coming down before Harrison. There were like two people at the light, and it went all the way to Allen Toussaint, where neither one passed the other. They might have had like back bumper by the other one's rear bumper, or front bumper kind of thing, but never where anyone could pass. And they had one dude in this like white Jeep that was just ticked off, and I kind of backed off a little where, maybe there's 50 yards, say, between me and these two belligerent drivers on Wisner. The Jeep was left, right, left. Anyone that would go a little farther up, he'd get behind them, but they wouldn't accelerate and pass. Was the Jeep a little aggressive and impatient and over the top and all that? Yeah, probably so. But the Jeep was not as bad as the two belligerent drivers that were going the same speed limit. Es loco. Corey Johnson with you. Met a buddy of mine last night at the Steak Knife on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Just a really great New Orleans restaurant. Bobby Roth for like, I don't know, probably like 40 years, literally, in the back, grilling the steaks to perfection. Guy Roth, his brother, in the front of the restaurant, greeting everyone, making sure everything's running smoothly. You have their sister who handles the back of the house, all the books, all that, handles all the employees. Their dad founded it back in 1971. No, it's literally a New Orleans institution when it comes to restaurants. 55 years. 55 years. No, since I was like a little kid. Since I was a little boy, I always remember seeing the Steak Knife on Harrison Avenue, right there, 800 block of Harrison Avenue. No, the Steak Knife restaurant is special. It's so funny. The guy I went with, we're enjoying it, and he's like, I grew up near here, always, knew about the Steak Knife, always have loved the Steak Knife. And my friend's like, haven't been in probably 8 or 10 years. And I told him, I said, that's so funny because I know that about this place. There are regulars from the neighborhood, from other neighborhoods, East Bank, West Bank, North Shore, New Orleans, East Kenner, that come to the Steak Knife regularly. It's on their regular schedule. Then there's people, I guess, like me that are there, every few months getting a steak at the Steak Knife. And we both love it, either group. There's another group of people that love the Steak Knife and haven't been in 5 years, haven't been in 8 years, or like my friend, hadn't been to the Steak Knife in over a decade and loves the Steak Knife. I mean, one of the last things he was saying was, I'll be back here quickly, be back here with family and friends soon. Got a USDA prime New York strip. My buddy got a big filet. Was thinking about the USDA prime ribeye. The Gulffish Robert was puppy drum last night, topped with jumbo lump crab meat, Louisiana jumbo lump crab meat. Was thinking about onion rings, got the crab meat au gratin instead. Yes, I got the house salad with that incredible homemade creamy Italian dressing, one of the best salad dressings in the city. Some potatoes, some mushrooms, the steak knife in Lakeview, a little glass of Pinot, the steak knife in Lakeview, tonight for dinner, tomorrow night for dinner. Tuesday through Saturday night only, dinner only. Tuesday through Saturday night. You can dine at the bar. You can dine at tables in the bar area or go on the other side of the restaurant in the dining room where I was last night. Credible meal, great company. The Steak Knife, Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Corey Johnson with you. A Fantasy Friday edition. It's raining.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Terminix, the official pest control company of the New Orleans Saints. Locally owned for over 70 years with humble beginnings on Poydras Street, will fix your pest and termite problems. Terminix has effective solutions that will help eliminate pest problems throughout the year. Their custom treatments address seasonal pest activity to protect your home and business all year long. Terminix provides residential and commercial pest and termite control services for the South Shore, North Shore, and river parishes of Louisiana. Terminix protects that. Go Saints!
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Been putting off some much-needed painting? Now is the time to book your project. During the CertaPro Painter Spring Sales event, get 10% off any home painting project of $2,500 or more when you schedule before May 15th.
NewOrleans.CertaPro.com.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right, Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. The Steak Knife restaurant in Lakeview has been at it for over 50 years. The reason? Because the Roth family does it right, serving only USDA prime beef. A neighborhood restaurant, but you don't have to live in the Lakeview neighborhood to enjoy the Steak Knife. Open Tuesday through Saturday night, the Steak Knife on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park. For a reservation, call 488-8981 or online, steakkniferestaurant.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you. A wet and rainy Friday afternoon. Be careful out there. Let's head out to New Orleans Saints training camp. I call it the Jim Finks training facility. Fletcher Mackel joins us live from Saints camp. What up, Fletch?
Not a lot, Corey. You're right. I don't know why they don't call this the Jim Finks training facility or the Jim Mora training facility. That would be good. I kind of like that idea. Maybe they should just go with that. I'm standing outside right now because the monsoon has passed, and I'm in the media room. So instead of me whisper talking to you, I stepped outside after a rookie mini camp here today.
What is rookie mini camp all about? Is it strictly the players they drafted and free agents, that's it? Or are there some veterans as well?
No veterans. Well, let me say this. There are other veterans here, but it's the rookies they drafted. It's the rookies they signed as undrafted free agents. And then it is dozens of tryout players. And some of those guys have serious NFL experience. Kyle Trask, people may remember him from the University of Florida, the quarterback. He was a second-round draft pick of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and backed up Brady. He's here on a tryout. Easton Stick, who was a backup quarterback with the Chargers and the Falcons, is here. The kicker, people may remember Younghoe Koo, the South Korean kicker who kicked for the Falcons for years and had some big kicks against the Saints. He's here on a tryout. So it's the rookies they drafted, the undrafted rookies they signed, and then several dozen players on tryouts, and that ranges from guys that are rookies that didn't get drafted to NFL veterans trying to catch on.
And this is what, today, tomorrow, Sunday?
Yeah, and so today they let the media watch. I mean, obviously we're focusing on, first-round draft pick Jordan Tyson, Oscar Delp, the third-round pick from Georgia, the tight end, and some of the high-profile players. But look, this is the thing. It's crazy in the NFL. There's always these undrafted diamonds in the rough. For years, the Saints mined that crop of players maybe better than anybody, finding the Pierre Thomases, the Lance Moores, a lot of these guys who were unsung, undrafted guys that end up sticking. So I am always fascinated by, first, the draft picks, but who are some of these other guys trying to identify, players that could potentially, make the team and make a name for themselves.
Fletch, what gets done there? Like, how much prep time do they get before today? Like a binder with plays? I mean, what are they doing? What are they running? What happens at rookie mini camp for 3 days?
Like, look, this is a professional experience, but this is more of a tryout than it is. They expect everybody to know and understand. I mean, these guys got here yesterday. They can't know much, if any at all, about the terminology. Even if they sent the draft picks playbooks 2 weeks ago, this isn't like they understand how Kellen operates, the terminology, what their coaches are doing. I think that this is more of the kind of the basic skills type stuff, if you will. Like, hey, you guys all played high-level college football. We want to put you out there, run some drills, get some basic practice fundamentals in. But this isn't like they're trying to install anything or do anything that is of meaningful kind of consequence for the season. This is more of kind of like if you go to the Senior Bowl or the East-West Shrine game, get out there. And especially for these guys that are trying to make the team or get a camp invite, that's more important for them to get lined up and to make the most of whatever opportunity they get. But this isn't, boy, we saw, it's amazing how well this guy ran routes or lined up. I think a lot of these guys' heads are spinning.
You've pretty much covered like a couple of dozen of these in your career. Have you ever seen a player just sort of shock and awe where you were like, wow?
It's funny. I feel like, yeah, of course. I mean, I've been here 24 years at WDSU, so I think I've covered almost every rookie mini camp.
That's what I mean. Strictly a rookie mini camp.
that show up. I mean, look, the first time Reggie Bush showed up here at rookie minicamp wearing jersey number 5 when it was still illegal for him to wear number 5, and he eventually took 25. You know, Reggie Bush, like running routes and kind of the cuts and everything he was making, even at rookie minicamp, was pretty impressive stuff. So, yeah, I mean, through the years, they've drafted like some electric playmakers, and look, Spencer Rattler 2 years ago. Spencer Rattler, again, I don't know if he's ever going to be a starter in the league, has a cannon for an arm. So you watch him spin it, and you're like, wow, this guy, that ball just jumps out of his hand. So yeah, there's always guys that are impressive in some form or fashion.
Anybody this year?
I mean, here's the thing. Jordan Tyson, I'll say this, they drafted a lot of talented guys. Look, Bryce Lance, the receiver out of North Dakota State, when you talk about the eyeball test, I mean, look, he's big, he's fast, and you know, Jordan Tyson is the same way. I mean, I don't think are these guys going to put it together? You know, that time will tell, but they drafted guys that, quote unquote, passed the eyeball test. Sometimes I'm always amazed by how big or small guys are, and you know, for a big receiver, it's definitely, you know, Bryce Lance, the kid from North Dakota State, the 4th-round draft pick, is definitely in that category.
What do the veterans and other players do during rookie minicamp? It could be like any other week. They're just there at the weight room, watching film, doing whatever.
Yeah, they're doing their off-season work. Like some of the veterans have been here going through their off-season training. And the last week of May, coming up in about 3 weeks, that'll be the first time we can see them on the field. And then they'll have 3 weeks of off-season training on the field, and then a mandatory mini camp in June. And then they'll be wrapped up until July. But yeah, so I think the veteran players that are here are just kind of shaking hands. You know, Tyler Shuck is not out there working with these guys, but he's here. And a lot of the rookies told us that he introduced himself to them, that he's encouraging them. So they're here getting their lifting in, workouts in, and a lot of them are kind of peeking in on the rookie minicamp as well.
I mean, Fletch, when I say like 3 or 4 starters out of free agency, that aggressive free agency period the Saints had, 3 or 4 starters out of the draft. You mentioned these, you know, they always get some diamond in the rough type of thing. You could have like as many as 7 to 9 new starters, 6 to 9 new starters on this Saints team.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, here's the thing. The Saints are in a new chapter now. That this is definitely, again, they had a great successful run with Sean Payton and Drew Brees. There's no doubt about that. It was the most successful run in franchise history. They efforted keeping that alive with Dennis Allen, a lot of the same coaches, a lot of the same players, and quote unquote that DNA. That is over. They've turned the page. This is a new chapter. This is all over. This is all new. This is Kellen Moore. This is Tyler Shuck. And again, I'm not even sure Alvin Kamara will be on this team in the fall. I know Taysom Hill is not going to be, and Cam Jordan is kind of a jump ball up in the air. What happens? They went from being a couple of years ago the oldest team in the NFL to now one of the 5 youngest. So this is a whole new chapter for the New Orleans Saints.
Hey, Fletch, I saw an article, I guess
Sorry,
it was, I think it was Wednesday, USA Today article. It was titled, "No More Miami Super Bowls?" ? Why there may not be many coming in the next few years. It was Stephen Ross, the owner of the Dolphins. I think it was a piece basically shooting up a flare to the city of Miami, the state of Florida. Get ready to come up with hundreds of millions of dollars to upgrade our stadium so we can host a Super Bowl. But what I get out of it is Miami's not ready to host a Super Bowl right now and won't be bidding on them. It's nice to have a top competitor like Miami out the picture for a little while at least. Some of these new stadiums coming on may not get finished till 30-31. I guess what I'm getting at, is New Orleans the favorite for the 2031 Super Bowl? Seems like it.
Overwhelmingly.
Good.
And again, look, here's the thing. The other ones that you're looking at against New Orleans are Denver and D.C. Denver's got a new stadium coming online. Washington, D.C. is going back to RFK Stadium. And those are the two that could be a threat, but they could give them the Super Bowl in 32 and 33.
Yep.
If it's not New Orleans in 31, it's a real kind of slap in the face to New Orleans and even to the Saints organization and the politicians here who worked to get that deal done, who met with Goodell, who seem like the favorite, who put on a great Super Bowl, who have a new hotel coming online and could have more coming in the future. So again, if it's not, take Miami out, because look, and that's one of the things I think that we can celebrate here. I know people don't love it, but the world of high stakes professional sports, if people don't like it, again, it's just the world we live in. There's no changing it. These are public-private partnerships, and that's one of the reasons why they got this deal done last fall. In kind of everybody held hands and saying kumbaya, we're all in this together. This is why we get these deals done, so we can have these major events. But yes, it definitely needs to be New Orleans in 2031, and if it's not, it's going to be a real gut punch.
Vegas is 29. When do you
Nashville's going to be 30.
When do you expect that announcement?
Well, here's the thing. It's already getting out there. I mean, some of the most reputable people in sports media are reporting that it's a done deal. Now, maybe the NFL waits and does it, this fall and announces both of them, but everybody has already reported that Nashville's getting a new stadium.
Yep.
and it's going to be Nashville. Everybody's kind of known that, and then some of the people that are reporting it are as legit as it gets, and then everybody assumes it will be New Orleans in 31, and if it's not, again, look, this happened before, though. In 2018, I went to Atlanta. Everybody believed it was a foregone conclusion on the 300th anniversary of the city. We're getting the Super Bowl, and they gave it to Minnesota, who they could have just given it to in 2019. And in this whole, 300-year anniversary getting the Super Bowl, it was like shock in Atlanta when the NFL didn't pick New Orleans for the Super Bowl. So again, it's happened before, but I don't think it will happen this time. I think that there's too much goodwill with the NFL in New Orleans, and there's too much hard work that's been done to make sure this happens.
Fletch, always a pleasure. We'll be checking out your reports live from Saints rookie minicamp.
All right, Corey, thanks.
That's Fletcher Mackel. You can check him out on Channel 6.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex, there's something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We're doing all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Terminex, serving the South Shore, North Shore, and River parishes since 1947. Rats, roaches, ants, and termites. Getting rid of those guys is our business. Call for a free termite inspection. Terminex, official pest control of the New Orleans Saints.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
At CertaPro Painters, we are more than just your local painters. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy.
NewOrleans.CertaPro.com. For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, Visit Latram.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live, we live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Looking for a great steak tonight? The Steak Knife in Lakeview, serving only USDA prime beef. Open Tuesday through Saturday night. The Steak Knife since 1971 on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you. Thanks so much for joining us. Now, don't let this rain fool you. Termite season, swarming termite season has begun. I'm watching the Zurich Classic on TV a couple of weeks ago. And I'm like, are those ants, big old ants? I mean, that ant's so big it could literally affect the ball rolling on the green. That's what I'm thinking. And then about 3 holes later, I see that ant and he's got big white wings on him. And I'm like, that's no ant, that's a termite. Termite swarming season. It's just going to amp up over the next few weeks going into early June. Terminix New Orleans can help. They installed the Centricon baiting system at my house with the liquid barrier treatment. TerminixNOLA.com. Go to their website, get an appointment, protect your house from roaches, ants, spiders, fleas, ticks, rats, mice. And yeah, termites. Termite swarming season. TerminixNOLA.com. Corey Johnson with you, a Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Fletcher Mackel just joined us live from Saints Minicamp. Michael Hecht from Greater New Orleans Inc. will join us in about an hour in the 5 o'clock power hour. Right now, we head out to, is it Lakeview and Francesca? Is it Mid-City and Katie's? Scott Craig joins us live. What up, Scotty?
What's up, Corey? How are you, man?
Good, man. How are you doing?
I know you mentioned termites. When I was driving away from Katie's last night, I got to the corner of City Park and Canal, and they were everywhere. And they were not giant ants. They were flying termites. They haven't attacked at the restaurant yet, so people have been eating on the patio, but I don't think we're going to be eating much on the patio this weekend.
I don't know. You never know.
For Mother's Day.
Hopefully this thing just blows through. And it could. That's what's great about New Orleans, Scott. In an hour, people might be dining on the patio. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you just never know when it's going to blow up again. We've got the Harrison Avenue stroll tomorrow at Francesca on Harrison Avenue. And, we've been gearing up for that for a year.
Yeah.
Because they brought the Harrison Avenue stroll back, and then it may get rained out. But I haven't heard anything yet. So right now, I think they're still holding off, even though it says 100% tomorrow.
Yeah, no, it's like 90 plus. Exactly. Yeah. No, I got plans for afternoon golf. So we'll see, we'll see. That's how I'm looking at it. Probably won't play, but we'll see. Maybe I will. We'll see. I hope you get your stroll in tomorrow. Hey, speaking of Harrison Avenue, I went to one of your favorite places. A buddy and I went over to the Steak Knife on Harrison Avenue.
Yeah, it is my favorite steakhouse. Not even steakhouse. It's one of my favorite restaurants in the city because you can get more than steak. Bobby's Fish is always great. I did I filled in for Mary Ann this week again on Monday and Wednesday. And I tried to get Bobby to come on Wednesday to talk about the steak night, but he was sick. So he couldn't come on. But yeah, I love the steak knife. We try to go as much as we possibly can. It is a first-class prime piece of beef. It's a high prime, I know that. Because we've talked about it before. I've had to borrow steaks from Bobby before. And I'm like, how much are these? High prime. They're good.
No,
But,
my New
he
York
does a great job.
My New York strip was really good. That creamy Italian salad dressing, that homemade dressing's top notch. The crab meat au gratin.
Oh, his crab meat au gratin is the best in town. I really believe that. I mean, along with Irene's, it's the best in town. We should do that at Katie's more often, but because I make a pretty good crab meat au gratin myself.
No, it's a special dish, man. Crab meat and cheese. Tough to beat.
You got to have some good cheeses in there.
Yeah, you do.
We got a great menu this weekend at Katie's for brunch. We're doing barbecued shrimp and grits, grit cakes. We're doing the French toast Monte Cristo that Chef Jess Parker, now working at Katie's, is making, and it's the best Monte Cristo you could ever imagine. It's not deep fried and disgusting. It's just really well done because her French toast is second to none. We're smoking salmon this weekend in our smoker, and we'll do a frittata with that. We've got a fried goat cheese strawberry spinach salad, like little fried goat cheese balls. Delicious. We're doing butter beans with baked chicken, fried chicken sandwich tossed in a roasted garlic parmesan. And we're serving a Caesar salad with that, with fries. We have, for dinner, we're doing lamb chops with roasted sweet potato mat with a chimichurri and root beer roasted braised short rib with Provel cheese grits. Unbelievable. And we've got jumbo soft shell crabs back over eggplant seafood dressing, topped with a little seafood cream. Crawfish boils every Thursday. It's a blast. And we normally do this on Fridays, but my hot cook, Anitra, was on vacation this weekend, and I didn't know. So I did not make this today. She would have normally done it. I would have done it.
It's labor intensive. Stuffing those heads.
It is. Oh, it's not that big a deal. You make nice little stuffing, you stuff their heads. It's not that big a deal. And you get about 5 heads in every bowl. So it's second to none, in my opinion. Hers is really good. You know, one of my other favorite restaurants, I had it at Mr. B's a couple of months ago. And I got to tell you, I liked hers better.
Huh.
Mr. B's nails everything, but our biscuit's better than Mr. B's.
Mr. B's is one of the most underrated New Orleans restaurants, like in the sense that it is. Everybody likes it, but it's sort of forgotten by locals often. It's and I think it's underrated. I would put Mr. B's in top 10 or 12 in the entire city, top 15 at worst.
And I'm telling you, recently it's gotten better. It's on another level.
It's good.
They've gotten really creative with the menu. They do a snapper dish that is off the chain.
Yeah.
It's a great restaurant.
I think
it's definitely underrated.
I think I got the snapper with crab meat or grilled shrimp or something on top last time. Gumbo, of course. Great appetizers.
The snapper? Did you get the panko crusted snapper?
I don't think it was panko crusted. This was like 6 months ago or something, but I had snapper. It was great.
Yeah, it really is good. They've got, And I recently checked out some snapper because I wanted to do snapper at Katie's, but it's like $28 a pound right now. It's crazy.
What fish do you have going at Katie's tonight?
We've got fresh redfish, and it's outstanding. Great. I love redfish. So we're doing that. Don't have the full menu in front of me because I am visiting our friend, and I've got to get back there in a little bit, but I'll be back in a little while. So I'll text you what our specials are for tonight.
Any soft shell crabs?
Yeah, we just got them. I just got them.
Nice.
So we're doing soft shell crab. We'll definitely have that tonight over eggplant dressing.
Nice.
For sure.
Gotta like that.
And we have the braised short ribs tonight, the root beer braised. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. That's Jess's idea. She's a talented young girl, man. Really talented. She's worked some of the finest chefs in the city. And she's bringing some of those talents to Katie's with me. And it's the first time I've had a chef. You know, we've got Knuckles at the deli. He and I can communicate about food. That guy is, without question, one of the best chefs I've ever worked with. Scott Lindsay's his name. He loves working at the deli because he can just work in his little corner and do his own little thing. He does incredible catering. I mean, all our catering is between he and Chad Herkinder, who they've been with me for 8 years, you know, and since we opened the deli, both of them have been there. So, I mean, our catering is on another level. So if you need catering, and we've had a lot today, I've been driving around most of the day delivering catering. But if you need catering, I mean, let us handle it for you. You just contact me at Scott, SCOT, at katiesinmidcity.com. KATIESINMIDCITY.com.
Scott at katiesinmidcity.com.
And I saw Michael Hecht yesterday, Corey. We had our Yep luncheon, and it was sold out, packed to the gills at the Ottoman Tea Room. Ottoman Tea Room did a great job with the food, but Michael Hecht handled all the MC, and he was incredible. I really like him a lot. He is a real positive for the city of New Orleans, and he's a big part. I mean, I really think he kept the city together for the past 8 years. But his ideas and everything, the Super Bowl and everything he's done, he's just another great part of the rise of New Orleans. And, you know, as you know, I'm really excited about the direction of this city. Yeah. And he's part of it.
No, he is. He's a positive force. He is, you know, I think, you know, Helena Moreno's administration, people like Michael Hecht, will we get enough momentum, enough people like that, it is inevitable that, you know, the city has to change, you know.
Yes, and we need a succession of mayors like Helena.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Succession.
Yeah, no.
Past my lifetime, we need a succession of mayors so we can be somewhat like Nashville.
Yeah, no, exactly. But and of course, we'll never lose our culture. So it'll only be a plus.
Moving their corporate headquarters to Nashville.
Yeah. Hang on, Scott. Hang on one sec. We're going to knock out a quick break. Come right back. Scott Craig's with us from Katie's and Francesca Deli.
Termites? Termites? You talking about termites? Hi, I'm Jim Mora. Call Terminix to rid your home or business of roaches, rats, mice, spiders, and termites.
Termite season is here. Defend your property. Call Terminix.
The Steak Knife restaurant in Lakeview has been at it for over 50 years. The reason? Because the Roth family does it right, serving only USDA prime beef, a neighborhood restaurant. But you don't have to live in the Lakeview neighborhood to enjoy the Steak Knife. Open Tuesday through Saturday night, the Steak Knife on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park. For a reservation, call 488-8981 or online, steakkniferestaurant.com.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Termites? Termites? You talking about termites? Hi, I'm Jim Mora. Call Terminix to rid your home or business of roaches, rats, mice, spiders, and termites.
Trust Terminix, locally owned for over 70 years.
Anthony knows what he's doing. It's a niche, you know? Yeah. No. The presidency. Yeah, I dip them in the creamy Italian dressing. All right, Scott, we're coming back. Hang on, right?
All right, we're back.
Hey, don't make a mistake like I did. I got a handyman to paint my house a few years ago, and he didn't do a good job. Didn't prep it right, didn't prime it right, didn't paint it right. And now I'm basically having to redo it just a few short years later. I decided to go with professional painters, CertaPro New Orleans. House painters in Metro New Orleans taking care of you. East Bank, West Bank, North Shore, River parishes. Get it done right with professional painters. It's all they do. CertaPro New Orleans, all they do is paint the inside and the outside of your house or business. You can find them online, neworleans.certapro.com, neworleans.certapro.com. Scott Craig's with us from Katie's and Francesca Deli. Hey, Scott, Mother's Day Sunday. What you got going down at Katie's? Attention, Scott Craig. Please report to the Brother Martin detention area.
Here we go. Jealous of Brother Martin again. Booker, you could have gone there. I don't know. You probably couldn't have gotten in.
Well, no, I honestly, I think my parents thought what I thought. It was just sports, that it wasn't a school. It was like a sports academy. So we didn't realize it was a school.
That's John Curtis.
That's Rummel.
And Rummel. But Rummel's got really good academics.
Now, why, if I just said the simple little thing like, oh, you're just jealous of Curtis and Rummel, why does that not apply?
I don't know, bro. I don't even think about it. You're the one that's all hooked on because you didn't go to Brother Martin.
I went to 5300 St. Charles Avenue, De La Salle.
Uptown boy. I know.
A real school. I grew up by Brother Martin. I grew up out by the lake. Brother Martin would have been much more convenient. That's for damn sure.
I can tell you this. I think the Saints are going to be good.
Well, that didn't answer my Mother's Day question about Katie's.
Oh, the Mother's Day question. Yes. If you contact me at my email address, I can probably sneak you in, but we're pretty booked. We're really pretty booked. Gretchen just laughed when I said that because it's very difficult. I've had some people text me to get in, and we are booked. I tried to get a friend in Commander's Palace Sunday, and I can always get in Commander's Palace.
No, you
booked solid.
No, I'm a late, booker. I do it late, and a lot of places were filled up earlier this week when I was trying.
Yeah, it's going to be a good Mother's Day weekend. I think, just the whole vibe of New Orleans right now with Helena Moreno. We're up 13% from last year and the year before. I mean, it's a vibe that you can just feel. And I'm just excited about the city of New Orleans, man. We're back. We are back. I mean, people are out and about wherever you go. You go down to the border, and you see locals, and run into people I know, and it's just incredible, man. New Orleans can be something great.
Yeah, Michael Hecht.
Yeah.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Scott.
I'm a cheerleader.
No,
Yes.
no, you have a business in New Orleans, and Jefferson people politicos have tried to lure Katie's to Jefferson Parish. Francesca to Jefferson Parish. Francesca's in Lakeview in Orleans Parish. Katie's is in Mid-City in Orleans Parish. No, you believe in the city, and no, you're a critic when things are crappy, and I'm in agreement with you. I think Helena Moreno brings an optimism that there's at least hope. There's even expectation, dare I say it, and that's good for the metro area. I mean, if you live in Metairie, Kenner, St. Bernard, North Shore, wherever, and you're not rooting for New Orleans to get better, there's something wrong with you, because it only helps your life if New Orleans gets better.
The negative Nellies are always going to be negative Nellies, and they don't care about New Orleans. But what they don't understand is they don't ever look in the mirror and can say, we wouldn't be here without New Orleans.
Yep.
And I know 8 people that are moving back from the North Shore. They're moving back to the city of New Orleans. Our neighborhood is filling up. There's no for sale signs anymore. It's just a good feeling that we can be great.
I love hearing it.
Yeah.
Seafood.
We've got the Saints too, man. The Saints are looking good.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, I feel good.
Just talked to Fletcher over at Saints rookie mini camp. Gave us a little report. Yep, Saints football just a few months away.
We look like we have a quarterback, and now he's got a plethora of receivers. We've got running backs. We've got tight ends. We've got an offensive line. If anything, I'm a little bit concerned about the secondary, but they did get a few free agents, and they seem to be all in. The linebackers are looking good. They've got defensive linemen now. I guess Cam Jordan's going to come back. We saw him yesterday at the Champions lunch. That was just incredible, man. We did really well yesterday for Yep. Excited about Yep.
Yeah, I think the Saints, there's an optimism. LSU, there's an expectation. Tulane, I have really no idea what's going to go down with Tulane. That they're the big question mark right now.
They bring their recruits into Katie's. The recruits look really good. And I feel like there's an expectation at Tulane. And I think that Willie's going to do a good job there. I really do. The players love him. The coaches love him. And, when you love somebody, you want to play for them. So I just think, you can't think about what happened at Southern Miss. I think he's going to do really well at Tulane because he's got something to build with. I mean, we've had two great coaches at Tulane. The past two coaches have been fantastic, and they really built something at Tulane. So I think that Willie can just run with it. You know, the
I hope
guy's
so.
awesome.
I hope so. Uh-oh, there's Blue Boy barking up a storm. Scott Craig, Katie's Francesca Deli. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Corey. Love you, bro. Later.
That's Scott Craig. Head to Katie's tonight for dinner. Get to Francesca Deli tonight. It's seafood night at Francesca Deli. Blue Boy's saying, we got the 5 o'clock powwow on a Fantasy Friday coming your way. Blue Boy is right. See you in a second,
on the
New
neutral
Orleans.
ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333.
Really?
Also on YouTube,
So
on radio at
exciting.
NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 5
Good
p.m.
boy.
Terminex, serving the South Shore, North Shore, and River parishes since 1947. Rats, roaches, ants, and termites. Getting rid of those guys is our business. Call for a free termite inspection. Terminex, official pest control of the New Orleans Saints.
When you need a new fence or automatic gate at your property or place of business, anywhere in Metro New Orleans, you got to see the Fence Man. For over 20 years, the Fence Man has been taking care of residential and commercial customers, uses only the highest quality materials and products.
'Cause I'm the Fence Man.
For fences and automatic gates.
Yeah, I'm the Fence Man.
Thefenceman-neworleans.com.
The Steak Knife restaurant in Lakeview has been at it for over 50 years. The reason? Because the Roth family does it right, serving only USDA prime beef, a neighborhood restaurant. But you don't have to live in the Lakeview neighborhood to enjoy the Steak Knife. Open Tuesday through Saturday night, the Steak Knife on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park. For a reservation, call 488-8981 or online, steakkniferestaurant.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line. Lebanon's Cafe. Artificial turf custom golf putting greens. Beautiful, functional, zero maintenance. Call New Orleans' own LGD Lawn and Landscapes and get your free estimate.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
At CertaPro Painters, we are more than just your local painters. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy.
NewOrleans.CertaPro.com.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamar team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamar Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Here we go. I was there last night. Got that exact steak, that prime New York strip at the steak knife in Lakeview. Boy, was that good. Happy Friday, everyone. Corey Johnson with you. If you're watching on TV or social media, you know what I'm talking about. We got the screen behind us. The steak knife, the Roth family knife, the steak knife restaurant in the New York Strip. If you're listening on radio, use your imagination. Yeah, the old studio. Corey Johnson with you from the Buddy Deliberto Total Maintenance Studios, 5 o'clock power hour on a Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Yeah, you're right. The weekend is upon us. Ding, ding, ring the bell. Blow the whistle, the 5 o'clock whistle. We do that every Friday. Ding, ding, about this time. I love this time of the week. A little after 5 p.m. on a Friday, 100% of the work week in the books, 100% of the weekend smack dab in front of you. It's all there for you. No, because in about 15 minutes from now, it'll be Monday morning. Literally, huh? The weekend goes by so fast. I feel the work week, 2 days of the work week, I think goes by faster than 2 days of the weekend, though. That's a blessing. But yeah, the weekend still goes by fast. Like I said, in 15 minutes, it'll be Monday morning. So I like putting the spotlight on right now, this very moment. Smell the roses. It's a little after 5 o'clock. Your work week is done, and the entire weekend's in front of you. The 5 o'clock whistle, appropriately brought to you by Katie's. We were just visiting with Scott Craig. Katie's in Mid-City, as New Orleans as it gets. Get there over the weekend. Yeah, he looks like they're all booked up for Mother's Day. Scott's giving the email out, and then he's saying, you know, Gretchen, one of his employees, is laughing like, we're booked. You got a bunch of other people that are requesting tables. No, Mother's Day looks totally packed at Katie's. And a bunch of other places. Earlier in the week, I'm always late. I don't do it 2 weeks out like I should, or 3 weeks out like I should, maybe even a month out like I should. It's usually, oh, wow, a week from this Sunday's Mother's Day, you know, like a week out, 10 days out, I'm start panicking and then start thinking of, you know, where to get a reservation. And then it's not just me. I'm not making the call by myself. It's me. My mom has to be into the place, obviously, especially on Mother's Day. And then my sister and my brother might have their, you know, my sister's husband involved, something like that. So, yeah, there's lots of people that have to be, you know, kept in the loop, kept in mind, get their input. Don't want to go someplace they don't want to go. Anyway, Mother's Day Sunday, take care of mom. Get her a day of relaxation at the Woodhouse Day Spa. Get her some flowers, a house plant. Try to go somewhere for lunch. I mean, I'll tell you this. Lebanon's Cafe, honestly, I think just because they're off the beaten path, a lot of folks don't think of them like as a Mother's Day place. I don't know, Middle Eastern food, whatever. It's shish kebab and lamb chops. Forget about the Middle Eastern food. If that like you're not used to that. Who doesn't want beef, chicken, shrimp, or lamb shish kebab? Who doesn't want lamb chops? And then something like hummus, that's just ground chickpeas. And then mujedra, I should say baba ganoush, is ground eggplant. So a lot of this stuff, taboulehs, just parsley and some wheat with olive oil and lemon, some salt and pepper, maybe some cucumber and tomato. It's good stuff. That might be one of your few choices, honestly, for Mother's Day Sunday. I may make a call to Trey Yen and see how booked up they are, just to let you know. Kind of a public service thing. At this point, it's Friday. No, I'm not pointing any fingers. I've waited this late before. Trust me. I'm bad about this stuff. Always waiting late to book the reservation when it's a coveted time slot. You know something I've just learned as a New Orleanian, like in the last 2-3 years? I did not realize the Friday before Halloween, the Friday before Christmas, and the Friday before Mardi Gras are such highly coveted, restaurant reservations. Just, I did not realize those Fridays were highly coveted days as far as getting a restaurant reservation. The Friday before Halloween, the Friday before Christmas, and the Friday before Mardi Gras. I mean, if you want to go somewhere, I'm telling you, most of the high-end places, especially that have been around a while, traditional places that are very good, they're booked up right now. They won't take your reservation a year out. There's just no way in. No way in. I got a buddy, and I always mess with him. He works at Galatoire's. And I'll text him, dude, can you get me in on Friday? And it'll be one of those Fridays. And I get a ha, 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 or are you drunk? Something like that reply. No, just impossible. Hey, our Humane May fundraiser is going on right now. Let's save some cats and dogs, some kittens and puppies, literally. Jeff and his crew, they do some incredible work. I don't know how they don't have some type of disorder from all the trauma that they've witnessed and seen. Seriously. I don't know how Jeff has done it for 35 plus years in Louisiana, in Metro New Orleans. People that have a horse tied to a tree, no water, no food. The ribs are showing. The horse is emaciated, like on the edge of death. And Jeff and the Humane Society swoop in there and save the horse's life. I mean, over and over, rinse and repeat. Go inside of a house, a trailer, and there are 20 dogs in cages. Some are dead, some are alive in their own waste. I mean, just a nightmare. No water, no food. I mean, go on and on and on. Animals thrown out of the car, thrown on the highway, left out in the woods, abandoned, left chained or tied to a tree in the woods. Could you imagine someone walking their dog in the woods? The dog probably senses, because dogs sense a lot of this, like, what's up with, my human companion here? Then all of a sudden getting tied to a tree in the woods, and then the human being walks away from the dog. Just some sick people out there. No, pet ownership is a responsibility. It's not hey, I own this dog, I do with it what I like. There are laws, animal cruelty. It's not a material item like you bought a flat screen TV. No, so many dog owners in New Orleans that I see, that they're not going to the vet every year. It's supposed to be twice a year, by the way, not going once a year. Definitely the dogs don't have their vaccinations. So many pet owners aren't spaying or neutering their dogs, which is mind-blowing, just irresponsible beyond belief. And this denial thing, like, might want to breed them one day. Just know you don't want to breed them. You're not a breeder. You don't want a bunch of dogs, puppies. Then you won't know what to do with them. You'll be the one throwing them on the highway. Might want to breed my dog. No, you're just too cheap and tight to go get the dog spayed and neutered. And then once a month, heartworm medicine for dogs. It's a responsibility, having a pet. Cats once a month, the stuff behind the neck for fleas, ticks, all of that. No, in Louisiana, in New Orleans, we're not good at this. And the rest of the world knows it. The rest of the country knows it. 64 parishes, half of them don't have shelters, half. No, it's sinful. It's terrible behavior. That's why every Thursday I get Jeff Dorson on from the Humane Society of Louisiana for just a few minutes so he can tell us what's going on, so people will donate, so he can save animals from suffering, save their lives, nurse them back to health, get them adopted. It's expensive. It takes donations. It takes money to get it done. So every Thursday, all year long, 52 times a year, I get Jeff on for a few minutes. And every May, it was $10,000. Now we're trying to raise $15,000 for the Humane Society of Louisiana. And the only way we can do it is by you donating. Please donate right now. HumaneLA.org is the website. It'll take like 2 minutes with a debit or credit card. HumaneLA.org. Let's save some animals. HumaneLA.org. Please donate right now.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
For over 30 years, CertaPro painters have been part of countless memories. Freshly painted nurseries, bright, welcoming kitchens, family rooms filled with laughter. Every wall tells a story, and we've been proud to help write them. We are more than just your local painters, with care, craftsmanship, and certainty. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro painters. That's painting happy.
NewOrleans.CertaPro.com.
Terminex, serving the South Shore, North Shore, and River parishes since 1947. Rats, roaches, ants, and termites. Getting rid of those guys is our business. Call for a free termite inspection. Terminex, official pest control of the New Orleans Saints.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet. Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line. Lebanon's Cafe.
When you need a new fence or automatic gate at your property or place of business, anywhere in Metro New Orleans, you got to see the fence man. For over 20 years, the fence man has been taking care of residential and commercial customers, uses only the highest quality materials and products.
'Cause I'm the fence man.
For fences and automatic gates.
Yeah, I'm the fence man.
Thefenceman-neworleans.com.
Looking for a great steak tonight? The Steak Knife in Lakeview, serving only USDA prime beef. Open Tuesday through Saturday night. The Steak Knife since 1971 on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Yeah, you right, Crescent City and beyond. Hey, it's crawfish season. In South Louisiana, when you think crawfish, think Rouse's Markets. They got you covered. You want to eat crawfish right now, hot from the pot? Rouse's Markets boils crawfish throughout the day, nonstop, from 11 a.m. till 7 p.m. All they're doing are boiling crawfish over and over and over again. Serving the folks all day long, hot from the pot, boiled crawfish, ready to peel and eat and enjoy. Rouse's boil recipe, probably 60 plus years old. You want to boil the crawfish yourself? Crawfish boil, friends, family, work, whatever. Live by the sack. Get crawfish live by the sack at Rouse's Markets. It's crawfish season in South Louisiana. That means Rouse's Markets. There's a Rouse's near you. I mean, how cool is that? If it's between 11 a.m. and 7 p.m., like right now, and you're jonesing for some hot boiled crawfish, you can go to your neighborhood Rouse's and start enjoying them right away. Or if you have a crawfish boil, you don't have to tool around town. Go to Rouse's, live by the sack. Plus, they have everything like the gas, the burners, the pots, the seasoning, the crawfish live by the sack. They have everything for your boil. Pretty amazing. Rouse's Markets, crawfish season. Corey Johnson with a Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Michael Hecht's going to join us in a few minutes. Looking forward to that. They had an explosion at one of the refineries down in St. Bernard where life is hard. I don't think there are any injuries. Trying to get the story on it right now. It's just sort of interesting. Down in St. Bernard, like they wanted to expand one of the refineries. Think it, a few jobs, few dozen jobs. And I'm not against that. That's what we do in Louisiana, especially this part on the Mississippi River. St. Bernard has refineries. So I'm not knocking that. But we also know it's a give and take with that more cancer-causing agents in the air, in the water, in the land. I mean, post-Katrina St. Bernard with that like foot of purple, black, petroleum-laden gook all over the parish was insane. Driving out of St. Bernard post-Katrina at Jackson Barracks, they had like Orleans Parish and St. Bernard Parish fire crews with their hoses hosing off vehicles so none of that mud would be brought into Orleans Parish or Jefferson or anywhere outside of St. Bernard. This toxic sludge. That's just life in South Louisiana when you're by a refinery or a tank farm, whatever, and a storm hits and they have some type of catastrophe. That's the beautiful thing about this international terminal in Violet. It's not a tank farm. It's not a refinery. It's green. It's ships pulling up to the dock, cranes unloading containers, putting them on the ground, and later the crane taking that container and putting it on to the back of a train or truck. And that's it. It is like a godsend in economically strapped Louisiana and Metro New Orleans. I mean, it's almost, it's not, but it's almost like you take whatever you can get. Even like some refinery expansion that could be dangerous or pollute. You know, that's why I say you almost take whatever you can get. I mean, probably the greatest news for St. Bernard Parish in decades, this international terminal. And you have some naysayers, some squeaky wheels, a small percentage. Don't think the majority of St. Bernard is against the project. You have a small percentage of squeaky wheels. I think Sidney Torres, the trash guy, his dad, the attorney down in St. Bernard, the old man. I mean, anytime he goes into Rocky and Carlos, it's complaining about the international terminal. So there's a lot of folks that don't like change, especially when they're long in the tooth, up in age, don't want to see anything change, don't want to see anything new or different. I've seen change and it was bad, you know, that they cling to that. This is a godsend. A $2 billion facility. Plus, you parlay at St. Bernard, if you're smart, into that access road from Violet to I-510, and maybe eventually the Florida Avenue Expressway. I mean, my God, if I'm a St. Bernard resident, I'd be so ticked off that since the 60s, for like nearly 70 years, it's crazy, 65 plus years, there are plans for a Florida Avenue Expressway. If you know where the Lowe's is on Elysian Fields, it sits on the corner of Elysian Fields and Florida Avenue. So right at that overpass, due east down Florida Avenue, the 40 Arpit Canal, it would be an Earhart Expressway type freeway going all the way to I-510. Could you imagine being in Chalmette and getting to Lakeside Shopping Center in 15 minutes instead of 40 minutes? Seriously. Getting to Lakeside in 15 minutes instead of 40 by getting on the Florida Avenue Expressway. One of the entrances, maybe at Paris Road / I-510, beeline and west, connecting right into I-10, I-610 by Elysian Fields and beelining towards Metry. Or go to the CBD if you want, downtown. I mean, St. Bernard's like an island. You got St. Claude going into St. Bernard Highway. You got Claiborne going into Judge Perez. You got Paris Road, I-510 coming from I-10, coming from the north. That's it. That's it. That's the only way in or out. Hurricane, bad rain, flood situation, plant explosion, toxic chemicals. Everyone's got a beeline out of Dodge immediately. That could get hairy. Having an elevated expressway from Violet to I-510, eventually maybe even a Florida Avenue Expressway, which I just mentioned. No, Chalmette and St. Bernard deserve this. They've been sold out for 50, 60 years. Just like it's secondary, it's not important. That area doesn't matter as much. We don't need to focus on that. We don't need to spend billions on a Florida Avenue Expressway. No, the beautiful part, the truckers pay for it. You put a toll on the truckers. They pay for it. They're hauling a container full of goods worth X amount of dollars, depending on what it is. Some little $15, $20 toll is meaningless. Yet to us, it means everything. You get the Florida Avenue Expressway. You get a elevated expressway, finally, in and out of Chalmette. You could evacuate during a hurricane while the hurricane was hitting. If by some, terrible situation you were down there that late. Elevated above the water. No, Chalmette deserves it. So no, the international terminal, a godsend for Chalmette. Chalmette folks should be down on their knees praying, thanking God. It's like the opposite. What's the worst thing in Chalmette's history? I don't know. Kaiser shutting down, thousands of jobs lost forever. The old Kaiser plant. When did that happen? 40 years ago? This is the flip side of that. Maybe some of the greatest news in St. Bernard Parish history. No, this international terminal is tremendous. When we come back, Michael Hecht will join us from Greater New Orleans Inc. We'll talk about that. Gallagher's 527. Wow. I've been talking about Gallagher's 527 for about 9 months now. Lunch Tuesday through Friday, dinner Tuesday through Saturday night. I would call if you're going to drive from the South Shore on a Friday or Saturday night. Any other night, you're fine. But on a Friday or Saturday night, call and get a reservation. They might be booked up. Consistently great. Consistently great. Pat Gallagher's been at it for 40 or 50 years. He knows what he's doing. Steaks and lamb chops, quail, sizzling in butter, pompano, redfish, tuna, speckled trout, bacon-wrapped shrimp, bacon-wrapped oysters. The crab meat St. Francis appetizer may be the most delicious crab meat dish anywhere in the world. South Shore folks, I don't know what you're waiting for. 22 minutes from Lakeside Shopping Center, door to door, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Terminix, the official pest control company of the New Orleans Saints. Locally owned for over 70 years with humble beginnings on Poydras Street, will fix your pest and termite problems. Terminix has effective solutions that will help eliminate pest problems throughout the year. Their custom treatments address seasonal pest activity to protect your home and business all year long. Terminix provides residential and commercial pest and termite control services for the South Shore, North Shore, and River parishes of Louisiana. Terminix protects that. Go Saints!
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
Been putting off some much-needed painting? Now is the time to book your project. During the CertaPro Painter Spring Sales event, get 10% off any home painting project of $2,500 or more when you schedule before May 15th. We are more than just your local painters. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home beautifully painted and worry-free.
neworleans.certapro.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
The Steak Knife restaurant in Lakeview has been at it for over 50 years. The reason? Because the Roth family does it right, serving only USDA prime beef, a neighborhood restaurant. But you don't have to live in the Lakeview neighborhood to enjoy the Steak Knife. Open Tuesday through Saturday night, the Steak Knife on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park. For a reservation, call 488-8981 or online, steakkniferestaurant.com. Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLALGD.com. Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
When you need a new fence or automatic gate at your property or place of business, anywhere in Metro New Orleans, you got to see the Fence Man. For over 20 years, the Fence Man has been taking care of residential and commercial customers, uses only the highest quality materials and products.
'Cause I'm the Fence Man.
For fences and automatic gates.
Yeah, I'm the Fence Man.
TheFenceman-NewOrleans.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
It's been a few weeks, but we got him back. Michael Hecht from Greater New Orleans Inc. joins us on the program on a Friday. What's up, Miguel?
Or they say absence makes the heart grow fonder, and the cockles of my heart are positively throbbing at this point.
I love it. Yeah, it's been a while since you've walked around the neutral ground. Take off your shoes and socks. Loosen the tie. Roll up the sleeves and walk around. Get your feet in the grass on the neutral ground. All right.
How was your Jazz Fest?
Yeah, it was good. You were out of town on assignment, right?
I was celebrating my wife's PhD in Sicily, TBH.
Wow. Nice.
It was nice.
Yeah.
It was lovely.
Do you have to
Highly
call
recommend.
Do you have to call her doctor now?
Well, it depends on what we're role playing. Yeah.
Oh boy. Let's pull it back off the back on the tracks. Keep it on the rails. Hey, this is, I mean, it's like sports when you get these runaround answers. You're like, boy, I must be on to something. SpaceX in South Louisiana. It seems like the reporters are on to something. Bourgeois, Landry, kind of giving, we're always trying to talk to space people. We're always, that kind of answer. I don't know.
I'm under NDA, so I can't say anything either.
All right.
But, the usual, can't confirm nor deny.
No, I got you. That's good enough for me. Hey, Mishu, Michael, the Artemis, I know you can comment on that. The Artemis rocket launch and success, the mission success, going back to the moon, tremendous. The Artemis 3 already shipped out like a few weeks ago. They're working on 4 and 5, which both will go to the moon. So it seems like things are humming along out in New Orleans East at Michoud. Is that right?
Yeah, it truly is. We had a visit yesterday, I guess, from Jared Isaacman, who is the NASA administrator in the Trump administration. He's a rock star. He's an astronaut, tech entrepreneur, billionaire, fighter jet pilot, 100% the real deal, and doesn't come across into this fake bravado like a Hecht says. He's just the real deal. And he envisions a really important future for Michoud, but no longer making these big, expensive one-time rockets. He envisions making inexpensive, multiple-use rockets, which is, much, because the current way we're doing it is not, you can't, this is too expensive. But it's clear that he sees Michoud as being integral because it's a space with a size and a location that you can't replicate anywhere else. So, very exciting what's going on. And, what I'm particularly proud of, Corey, is that back in 2011, we thought we were going to lose Michoud after they ended the space shuttle program. And along with our federal delegation, which included Mary Landrieu, David Vitter, Steve Scalise, Cedric Richmond, others, Gary Grace, we were able to save it. And, now we're integral to the U.S. space strategy. It's really great.
And not to be, punny, but the sky's literally the limit. It's not only landing man on the moon again, it's building a moon base. It's building a moon base that can launch, you can go from there to Mars. It just keeps, the dominoes keep falling. Like, this thing could be tremendous.
Yeah, no, it's a really, really big deal because we're going to be, as a country, we're going to be deep back into space. Space is really going to be the next economic and geopolitical competitive frontier, in the same way that it used to be the oceans. And so it means that the entire Gulf South is going to be a major part of that. And we are too. I mean, part of it is our historic capacity, but part of it too is our location. If you want to launch a rocket from the U.S., you really have to do it from the Gulf Coast. So, it's very exciting. It's a big deal. It's a big opportunity for our universities, big opportunity for our workforce. There's really nothing not to like and nothing that's kind of hyperbole about any of this.
Hey, Michael, we get some local startups. They become big companies. Sometimes they get bought out. Sometimes that company that buys them out believes in New Orleans, and for whatever reasons, they keep a location here, maybe even increase employment. What do you think about, what is it, Global Star in Covington?
Yeah, well, Global Star in Covington is a great story. We brought them here in 2009, I believe, from California, and they've had some up and down times, but most recently been up. Their chairman is a Tulane grad, Jay Monroe, And, now my understanding is, one, of course, it's just fantastic that Apple has, that they've been bought by Amazon, because it validates our ecosystem and that it can work. But also my understanding is that they plan on staying. They're going to be operating as a wholly owned subsidiary. So there's no reason for them to leave. And when I talked to Jay about them, I say, what was good about operating out of Covington? He said, well, the workforce that we had was steady. They loved being here. They loved being able to be in tech, but living in the New Orleans region. And so ultimately our workforce was kind of our competitive advantage. So I don't think any of that changes. So I think in the near term, the 400 jobs and basically the business case is intact. And that's a fantastic deal. And just something that legitimizes us in the tech world. So no, I'm very, sometimes with these acquisitions where it's just like a private equity firm, I'm like, we'll see. It might not work out. Nothing we can do. But in this case, I think it's most likely very positive.
Yeah, I forget.
You never know, but I think it's most likely very positive.
I forget, but Global Star is like 300 to 500 employees, I think, right?
We have about 400 in Louisiana. So, and these are people who are programming satellites. It's very, it's high level. This is not, some nonsense stuff.
Hey, the Sewage and Water Board legislation. Did you see the letter, Poco Sloth, and what that other person from the previously on the Sewage and Water Board? I think Honest Civic.
What did they say?
They said it's ultimately not a good plan.
Oh, really? Because they don't think it's a good idea for it to fold under the city?
No, I think it's not doing enough.
Oh, not going enough. Yeah, look, this stuff is always baby steps. But to me, there's no perfect solution. It's not like this. Like the city is like Singapore. But the last thing that you need, but we need consolidation, mushing stuff together. And so that's what this does. So I love the fact that the city is, is taking their shot, Corey, right? Obviously what we've had in the past is not serving our challenging purpose. So I give them a lot of credit for taking it on.
Michael, it's the 2-minute warning. You ready?
Let's do this thing, man.
Super rapid fire round before we do it again next week. Caesar's lease sale.
Not ideal, but something that had to be done because we're in the period of robbing Peter to pay Paul right now.
So essentially what, the city's getting $100 million up front and they're losing about $4.5 million a year that they'd normally get if it was paid out every year.
Yeah, it's a payday loan.
Yeah.
But we need the cash. This is what LaToya left us, Corey. So here we are.
Did they really get it at that Ace cash checking place?
Honestly, it really literally might have been.
I'm joking, obviously. The Guardian, did you see that abandoned New Orleans article?
Yeah, that is one of the biggest pieces of academic butt clownery I've ever seen. I'm actually in the process of writing an op-ed for NOLA.com. I'll send you the one, you can post it, that I sent in to the Guardian. They took data from 125,000 years ago with no future timeline and said, based on that, we should just abandon New Orleans. That is the most ignorant, irresponsible thing I've read in a long time. They should be ashamed of themselves, but they're just academics trying to publish, so they have no shame.
Michael, we'll talk next week about Lincoln Beach delays, maybe a NOLA coalition initiative with litter for New Orleans, like Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser is doing. We'll talk about optimism that we haven't seen in decades. What's next for the River District, Shell? What's next? And the international terminal in Violent. I told you a slew of topics, but we're out of time.
Going, man. No, that's the idea, man. We're going to keep it coming, Corey. That's what we're trying to do.
Have a great weekend, Michael. See you next week.
Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLALGD.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
For over 30 years, CertaPro painters have been part of countless memories. Freshly painted nurseries, bright, welcoming kitchens, family rooms filled with laughter. Every wall tells a story, and we've been proud to help write them. We are more than just your local painters, with care, craftsmanship, and certainty. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro painters. That's painting happy.
NewOrleans.CertaPro.com. Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
The Steak Knife restaurant in Lakeview has been at it for over 50 years. The reason? Because the Roth family does it right, serving only USDA prime beef. A neighborhood restaurant, but you don't have to live in the Lakeview neighborhood to enjoy the Steak Knife. Open Tuesday through Saturday night, the Steak Knife on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park. For a reservation, call 488-8981 or online, steakkniferestaurant.com.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Total Maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Terminix, the official pest control company of the New Orleans Saints. Locally owned for over 70 years with humble beginnings on Poydras Street, will fix your pest and termite problems. Terminix has effective solutions that will help eliminate pest problems throughout the year. Their custom treatments address seasonal pest activity to protect your home and business all year long. Terminix provides residential and commercial pest and termite control services for the South Shore, North Shore, and River parishes of Louisiana. Terminix protects that. Go Saints!
When you need a new fence or automatic gate at your property or place of business, anywhere in Metro New Orleans, you got to see the Fence Man. For over 20 years, the Fence Man has been taking care of residential and commercial customers, uses only the highest quality materials and products.
Cause I'm the Fence Man.
For fences and automatic gates.
Yeah, I'm the Fence Man.
TheFenceman-NewOrleans.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe. Some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab. Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe. Yeah, you right. Hey, if you need a real attorney, you need real results, you have a real legal issue,
You don't need these jokers on billboards, advertising on TV and radio. You need a real attorney because you have a real legal problem and you need to get it handled properly. KieferandKiefer.com. Nat Kiefer Jr., his daughter Megan, third generation now of Kiefers in the firm with Megan. No, they'll take care of you, helping people that are in need. KieferandKiefer.com. No, real attorneys. Refreshing. Hey, that segment with Michael Hecht just now brought to you by Latrim, the global manufacturing giant. They're hiring in Elmwood and on the North Shore. Latrim.com for a full listing of positions available. Michael cannot comment. I mean, it kind of says it all. I mentioned the SpaceX thing to Michael. I was like, the way Jeff Landry's commenting, the way Susan Bourgeois, the, economic development secretary's commenting, and Michael Eck, like I'm under an agreement. I can't comment. That speaks volumes that SpaceX might be coming to South Louisiana, south of New Iberia. New Iberia, man, geez, they've had some explosive growth the last few years. I'm not talking about like a huge surge in population, but a couple of major manufacturers down there, like big time, like some coups. Like, boy, what a great coup to pull that off, to land that entity, that company. Now, they've got at least two major entities. And now a little south of New Iberia, 15 miles south by Vermilion Bay, you could have SpaceX and a major rocket facility right there. I mean, we already have Michoud, have that. I mean, that would be absolutely incredible. Incredible. This is the exact kind of stuff we need to be going after. One thing I'm kind of miffed and perplexed, the electric car, future. We should be pushing I-12, the North Shore I-12 corridor in between Slidell and Baton Rouge, that like 80-mile stretch, as like the electric vehicle manufacturing center of America. We're making the nasty chemicals that go in the batteries, so we should be able to have a battery plant, not send the nasty chemicals in a train car to some battery plant in another city, in another state. We do that too often. Take our natural resources and send them out where they're manufactured elsewhere instead of doing all the manufacturing here. No, electric car batteries, electric cars, period. Get some plants, then come the part factories and the whole, the part plants. And then you've got a whole corridor on I-12. Now, folks can go, oh, yeah, Corey, that's a great dream. Alabama did not have a single car job like 30, 35 years ago. Zero. Then they decided to focus on that, and they started landing automotive plants and part plants. And now they've got like 15% of all automotive jobs in North America are in the state of Alabama. They became like a, automotive plant juggernaut. They decided to go for that, and they won. They got it done, and they're still getting it done. Now it's a different ball game. A lot of those plants will just be retrofitted to electric car manufacturing in the future, no doubt. But a lot of car manufacturers are going to build electric plants because they're still making, internal combustion engine vehicles. So they're not going to retool every plant. The ones that are profitable, that are churning out, today's vehicles, they're going to keep doing that. The future vehicles, electric vehicles, they want to build plants from the ground up. No, we should really be pushing that on I-12. If we can develop, the space industry, like land SpaceX, then we can land a car manufacturing plant, and then the dominoes start falling. Another plant comes, and then all of a sudden you got part manufacturers. That Hyundai steel plant, that's a huge coup for Louisiana. $6 billion Hyundai steel plant. It's not only steel for Kias and Hyundais. Hyundai owns Kia. and they'll ship that steel out to their plants in the South. They're going to sell to other automotive companies as well. Ford, GM, Chrysler, Volvo, Mercedes, whoever needs the steel. Definitely more than just for Hyundai and Kia, the Hyundai steel plant. So we've already got like a major player for the automotive industry, this steel plant they're not making steel for everybody. It's for the automotive industry. We really need to work on getting I-12 to become the electric car corridor of America. Change the state like the automotive industry did for Alabama. Trey Yen tonight for dinner. What an excellent idea. Friday night, beeline across the lake in like 22 minutes. Lakeside Shopping Center to the front door at Trey Yen, 22 minutes. Right when you cross the causeway, immediately on your left, Chinese heaven, Chinese cuisine, Trey Yen. Have a great weekend, New Orleans. See you Monday, 4 o'clock.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 6 p.m.
Yes, it is.